Hey everybody, Lavon Salmon here tonight. We're going to have a special guest, somebody from O'Fallon High School. He's part of the robotics team. He sponsors them. His name is Marc Rhodes. Let's give it up to Marc.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey Marc, how you doing?
Not bad.
All right. Thanks for coming in tonight. Thank you.
No, my pleasure.
So, robotics. How did you get into robotics?
Well, it started back in high school. I joined the team my freshman year, and I actually participated on the team, doing all sorts of the building, putting together, and I actually drove the robot myself all 4 years in high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for a while.
I've been doing it for something around 12 years now.
Oh, that's amazing. That's awesome. So, what do you do for the robotics team for O'Fallon?
I am a mentor for the robotics team there, which means we're there to more guide the actual students. We like to make it more hands-on for them, rather than us just building a robot. They come to us with ideas, and I'll okay it, and they'll do it.
Oh wow, so they really get to get involved in this and let their creativity flow.
Oh yeah, we try and let them lead 100%.
Great, that's awesome. So you're building these robots. What exactly do they do?
Well, the robots, there's a different game every year.
Okay.
And so you get the game, and then there's basic constraints built on your robot. It's got to be 36 inches by 2 feet by 5 feet tall. And so then this year's robot has basically a forearm.
Okay.
And it can go down, pick up an inner tube, lift it up, and bring it up high and drop it off.
Oh wow.
And then it actually also has a separate mechanism to deploy a mini robot.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing. So you have this, I'm guessing, kind of large robot. Where do you guys build these?
And we're actually based in O'Fallon High School.
Okay.
And one of the physics teachers that is the main coach for the team, we use his classroom. And everything takes place in this classroom. And then we use the wood shop and the metal shop in the school to custom fabricate any parts we need.
That's awesome. So, building things and doing projects, there's normally some kind of blooper. Have you had any bloopers with this year's robots?
Well, nobody's gotten electrocuted yet. But we did have one where the robot's supposed to drive on its own. And so they all set it up to go. And they hit the button. And the robot just shoots out the room the wrong way. And they flip the motors, so it was driving backwards, and we all were chasing in the hall. So you see like this 45-year-old guys chasing the robot down the hallway.
I wish we had videos of that.
That would be good.
So, I also wondered, how do you transport the robot from the competition or to the competition?
It depends. Some years, like in the previous years, you seal the robot up, and we put it in the back of my truck, and I hauled it out to the competition.
So in your personal truck?
Yes, my own truck.
Wow.
But what normally is done, and what we already did this year, was you box up the robot. You build a big cardboard box.
Kind of keep it
Wooden
safe?
up, pad it. We use like inner tubes and all sorts of stuff in there to keep it from moving.
Okay.
And then FedEx is actually a big sponsor of US First, and
cool.
they go around the nation picking up these robots and delivering them to your competitions for you.
Oh, that sounds good. At least then the work's not on you.
Right.
Wow. So you have these teams. Do you have to have like separate project teams, or does everybody kind of just jump in at the same time?
It's really up to the team.
Okay.
How our team does it, and this is encouraged actually, is it's more like it is built like a business structure, and there's leadership and down into each branch of the team. So there's executive teams, then goes down to a programming team, an electronics team, a physical or like a drivetrain team, and a website team. And so and everyone focuses on their own things, and then leadership is in charge of making it all come together.
And the leadership is the adults or part of the
still
students?
students.
Still students.
Right.
Sounds like a really cool thing for a student to jump into.
It's a great experience.
Wow. Can students from any grade join, or do they have to be a certain...
You have to be high school age, like the usual.
Okay.
7, or it's 9, 10, 11, and 12. Yeah,
Right.
9 through 12.
Okay. Awesome. And then for the involvement, is it the seniors get to do most of the work, or is it pretty well spread out through
We
the
try and,
students?
when it comes to driving the robot, we try and let the senior guys get it to go.
So the actual like remote control?
Right. You use like
Wow.
like a tank, like you're playing 2 joysticks video games.
Okay.
Just like that. That's how they drive it. And sometimes there'll be 2 people, one to control the arm and one to drive the robot. And so we actually let the senior team drive, but when it comes to the build, everybody's the same.
Wow. Well, these robots look awesome. And for you guys, the viewers, I have actually a YouTube video for you to watch to see what exactly they're doing. So let's get that rolling. Let's see.
All right. So what you're seeing there is the robot lift up the inner tube and then place it on the scoring rack and then pull away all on its own.
All right. So, something I found interesting, you said a scoring rack.
Right.
So, you get points for where you put it? Or?
How it works is US First, which is the organization that runs the robotics teams, has a logo. It's a triangle, a circle, and a square.
Okay.
And so actually this year's game has 3 shaped inner tubes. Triangles, circles, and squares. In that
Okay.
order. And you get points by putting those inner tubes up on that rack in the symbol of the company.
Oh, okay.
So
And
like
it's-
3 in a row is 9 points.
Wow, okay. Oh, thank you. You mentioned US First.
Right.
They have they're the ones that created this program.
Right.
And what are some of their goals for the kids?
First actually stands for inspiration and recognition of science and technology.
Okay.
And so their goal is in this today's world of athletes and athletes, that's what kids want to grow up and be.
Right.
They're trying to get kids interested in science. This starts all the way in elementary school from building Legos.
So like in
into these
geeks.
robots. Oh yeah, they're catering to these geeks.
Okay.
And they want us to learn science and technology and bring it all together. And then even there's millions of dollars of scholarships given away.
Oh,
every
really?
year
So for the
to get
winning
these
teams?
kids. No, none. You don't have to win. You just apply. As long as you are in the program, you are eligible for these scholarships.
Sounds like a really good program for these kids to get into. How globally or regionally known is it? Is it something here in the St. Louis area, or is it a little more in the U.S.?
First is actually global.
Global.
There are teams from Brazil to North America
Wow.
to Israel to China to Japan. Tournaments all over the world.
So First is sponsoring all these people to get together and to have big competitions.
Yes.
And I'm guessing they do a regional, and then they do maybe a world competition where everybody
That's exactly
comes
how
in.
it works. There's regionals, and teams can go to as many regions as you want. We usually attend 2 to 3. I think we're going to do 2 this year. And how it works is if you win your regional, you get your ticket to the national competition. But then they also every other year, half the teams get a free ticket. So like this year, odd number teams get trips in, and we're team 1028, so we don't get a free ticket this year. So we got to go win a regional to get there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or
So you got a little
we're
more
team,
stress.
We're team 1208. Let me get that.
All right, no problem. So, I was reading in the blog, and I saw because they have a website. They sponsor their own website. The kids created themselves, correct?
Yes.
That's what it looked like. Good. And it showed that in 7 December, they started. It's when they kind of started the whole program. And then the last video I saw, it actually just got updated today with another edition.
Right.
So they're still working at this ever since the beginning of December. How long do they?
The time frame.
How long do they have?
How it works is the game is revealed globally via satellite TV
Okay.
to all the teams at the same time in early January. and the teams have a 6-week time period to
Okay.
design and build a robot that will play that game and ship it up.
Awesome. Okay. So they're kind of, I would say that's pretty stressed, 6 weeks to
Oh,
put
it's
that
crazy.
on the road.
It's crazy. The kids work every day. Once that time frame comes in, it's at least 2, 3, 4, 5 hours a day, every day, packing in there.
Okay, so they got a pretty good time dedication too during that time.
Definitely.
Wow. Well, could you just explain real quick? You kind of touched on it, just how the game works when you're in competition. You have the guy at his controllers. What's the goal?
What goes on? All right. So this year, and how every game usually starts is it starts with a 15 to 20 second autonomous period, where the robot is self-controlled and will try and attempt part of the game on its own. So, for example, ours will take an inner tube and place it onto the scoring rack before someone ever touches the controls.
Oh, so you're not even controlling that part.
All on its own.
So what we just saw was completely by
That was
itself.
an example of all on its own.
Wow.
And so then, afterwards, there's about 2 minutes of play time where they'll take control and try and build the first logo on these scoring racks. So then, in this year's game, after you played all that, you get about 20 seconds at the end of the game, and there's about these 8-foot high poles. And your robot deploys a miniature robot onto this pole, and if you can make it all the way to the top of that pole, you win extra points.
Oh, okay. Wow. Well, we don't have very much time here. We've actually used a lot of time tonight. But thank you for watching, everybody. Mark, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it.
Anytime.
And have a great night.
Take it easy.